Hey everyone, it's Connor and welcome back to my channel. Now this is the season of holidays coming from Halloween down to New Year's. So for those of you who celebrate holidays, I do participate in holidays, and just if you have to live in this season in general and you don't feel comfortable in it, you feel really anxious, you don't feel like giving, you don't feel grateful for anything, I just wanted to share some 3 tips that I was raised on and things that I keep really close to heart, especially when I started my meditation practice when I was 8 years old. I was always taught about the 3 G's in life, which are gratitude, giving, and grace. And these are good for actually any day, but I thought since this season, especially after the holiday of yesterday, today is actually November 25th. So if you know what yesterday is, I know some people aren't really comfortable with what occurred yesterday as a holiday, especially in the U.S. So I'll just leave it at that. The day that shall not be named. Or should we just say November 24th was yesterday? And if you live in America, you know pretty much what has happened. But what I wanted to share with things, like I said, of what I've learned about in this season. And the number one thing that I was always taught was to have gratitude. Gratitude, I feel, for a lot of people these days, is overplayed because we live in a society where we instantly say thank you or no problem. We're kind of taught that as a child to say thank you for everything. In certain regions, especially in the United States, a lot of people say in the Midwest, where people who say, oh, no problem, there's no problem, no conflict, we're very anti-conflict people. I don't really see how that is played out, I guess because I live in the Midwest and I was born and raised in the Midwest, so maybe that's just my own bias. But anyhow, some things that I was taught, some mantras to kind of keep in mind for having gratitude, not only counting your blessings, a sort of a deal, but also having a mindset to meditate on phrases like you care, and you as in you, you as a person, you care, you are here for others. If someone is, giving to you, you can say, oh, you show that I matter because you're giving this to me. And this is how you can show gratitude, because you're saying, wow, I matter to this person. I'm so grateful for that. And that this person is giving me love for doing this or for showing this to me. Okay, it helps to focus on a person who's giving to you, or who's doing something, giving of themselves to you, and this recipient is going to be, someone who's receiving one of these messages that you're thinking about, like, you are here for me, right? You think of this person and you see this person, and that's really a great way to cultivate gratitude for this person. Another big G number 2, is giving of yourself. A lot of people don't realize how big of a spiritual action this is, and it has turned so materialistic in these day and times, and it's odd in a way. And no matter if you think that it's spiritual or not, it actually is, because it's an exchange of energy. So if you don't think it's spiritual, it's nonetheless powerful because of this exchange of energy. You can reverse these things, like for gratitude, and you're saying, I care, that's why I'm giving. Here is my love to this person because I am giving, or this thing, this cause, this other being, this animal, whatever, you appreciate this, and this is why you're doing things. It's hard to find a comfortable way to speak from this place of giving. In this case, though, you're still giving through your awareness, right? Because you're aware that you're giving. You're aware that this person is another being and is worthy of you giving to them. So that's, I feel like that's giving in and of itself. And the last 3 third. The third G, I can't speak, is grace. Grace is the most important that was instilled in me as a child. Grace is something, it's a spiritual quality that's not commonly spoken about as spiritual beings having a human existence. And that's the most important part about grace, is because we are having this human experience, and because this human experience is new, this life is new, this one right here, maybe it cannot recognize grace as it would in a different experience. So you have to put a face on what grace looks like for this human experience. And when this human experience connects with what grace looks like, then it can connect with the spiritual, right? So that's what I've always talked about grace, and that's how I've been taught about grace. Placing your awareness on where you feel grace, whether it's in your heart, or a lot of people say they feel it in their soul. That's a good way to kind of focus on grace. And giving others a reason to feel gratitude is a great way to feel grace as well. Grace is basically connecting with a higher source, or connecting with something else, right? It's having that connection. So when a lot of people feel like they're connecting with their soul, that's grace. That's what a lot of people say. So I feel like exhibiting grace is really easy in this time, is really easy to do in these times if you open yourself up. Open yourself up. You're giving grace to others. If you're opening yourself in a non-judgmental way, in an accepting way, not worrying about being politically correct kind of way, that is a way of giving grace. So don't let the holidays bog you down. Don't get into that holiday complaining mode, all right? Instead, the holiday spirit can be, achieved by practicing meditation. Yoga is a great way of doing that. It's literally to yoke, so you're connecting yourself with something higher, whether that be your consciousness, your God, whatever, okay? And invite giving, gratitude, and grace into your life, all right? Give yourself the grace, have grace enough to give yourself that gift, all right? And be grateful for it, okay? All right, you guys, thank you so much. Remember, this channel is about elevating the ego and reducing the ego, right? Because it's all about us. It's all about the collective. All right, you guys, love and balance.